Remember all those daydreams you had about retirement, sleeping in, endless holidays, pursuing hobbies, finally having all the time in the world. We paint this beautiful picture, don't we? A long, blissful vacation where every day is Saturday. But what if I told you that for many, the reality of retirement can hit like a cold splash of water, bringing with it challenges no one really prepares you for? It's a truth that often gets whispered about in hushed tones, if at all. Many of us arrive at this eagerly anticipated life stage only to find ourselves grappling with unexpected emotions, financial surprises, and a stark realization that freedom doesn't always equal happiness. It's not all leisurely strolls and quiet afternoons. There are some very real, some might even say brutal, truths about this significant life change that often go unsaid, leaving people feeling unprepared and isolated. In this video, we're going to gently peel back the curtain on 6 of these profound realities, not to scare you, but to empower you. We'll explore the shifts in identity, the unexpected social changes, the financial landscapes that can surprise, and the subtle ways our relationships evolve. By understanding these often overlooked aspects, you can navigate your retirement years with far more grace, purpose, and genuine joy. So, settle in, because you'll want to watch this whole video. Stick around to the very end for a powerful insight that might just change your perspective on everything you thought you knew about your golden years. Now, let's dive straight into the first brutal truth, one that often catches people completely off guard: the profound loss of identity and purpose. For decades, many of us have answered the question, what do you do with a job title, a career, a role that defined a significant part of who we were? We were the dependable engineer, the compassionate nurse, the meticulous accountant, the dedicated teacher, or the tireless stay-at-home parent. Our work, whatever it was, gave structure to our days, a sense of accomplishment, and a feeling of contributing to something larger than ourselves. It was a primary source of our identity, a place where our skills were valued and our efforts recognized. Then, one day, the alarm clock stops ringing for work, the emails stop coming in, and that familiar office environment, or even the routine of household management, suddenly isn't there anymore. The initial euphoria of freedom can quickly give way to a disconcerting void. You might find yourself asking, who am I, now that I'm not doing that anymore? It's a deeply unsettling feeling, like a crucial piece of your personal puzzle has just gone missing. Think about John, for instance. He was a highly respected architect, passionate about every blueprint and design. He looked forward to retirement, imagining long days on the golf course. But after a few months, the golf lost its shine, and he felt adrift. He missed the problem-solving, the camaraderie with his team, the thrill of seeing a building rise from his drawings. He hadn't realized how much his professional life contributed to his sense of self-worth. This isn't just about having something to do. It's about having a reason to get up in the morning, a sense of continuing relevance. To navigate this, it's crucial to understand that your identity isn't tied to your paycheck or your work history. It's about your values, your passions, and your innate abilities. This is the perfect time to explore new avenues that align with these deeper aspects of yourself. Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new language, take up painting, volunteer for a cause close to your heart, or even mentor younger people. These aren't just hobbies. They are pathways to discovering new facets of your identity and cultivating a fresh sense of purpose. It's about building a portfolio life where your days are filled with meaningful activities, not just empty hours. Volunteering, in particular, can be incredibly fulfilling because it taps into that fundamental human need to contribute and make a difference. It can replace the structure and the sense of accomplishment that work once provided, often with an even greater sense of personal satisfaction. Following closely on the heels of identity loss is the second brutal truth: the surprising onset of social isolation. Throughout our working lives, our social circles are often intrinsically linked to our professional environments. Even if you don't consider colleagues your closest friends, You interact with them daily. There are water cooler chats, team lunches, casual greetings in the hallway, work events, and even just the routine interactions with people in your neighborhood or on your commute. These small, consistent interactions add up, providing a subtle but vital layer of social connection. When retirement hits, many of these daily touchpoints simply vanish. Your colleagues are still working, your old routine is gone, and suddenly, those spontaneous opportunities for connection dwindle. Friends who are still working might not have the same free time as you, leading to a natural drift if your family lives far away, or if you don't have a large immediate family nearby. The silence can become deafening. This isn't just about feeling lonely. It's about a fundamental shift in your daily social landscape that can negatively impact your mental and emotional well-being. Consider Mary, who spent years as a vibrant office manager. She knew everyone, coordinated social events, and thrived on the daily buzz of interaction. In retirement, her days became quiet, her husband still worked part-time, and her children were busy with their own families. She found herself spending hours alone, feeling disconnected and surprisingly isolated despite her initially packed schedule of home projects. The key here is proactive engagement. Don't wait for invitations. Create them. This is the time to rekindle old friendships that might have faded due to busy schedules. Reach out to old school friends, former colleagues, or distant relatives. Join local clubs or groups that align with your interests, whether it's a book club, a walking group, a gardening society, or a bridge club. Community centers often offer a wealth of classes and activities specifically for seniors. Consider taking a class, perhaps pottery, a history lecture, or even a fitness class. These provide a structured way to meet new people who share your interests. Online communities can also be a wonderful way to connect, especially if mobility is an issue. But remember to balance screen time with in-person interactions. The goal isn't just to fill your calendar, but to nurture genuine connections that bring joy and support. Remember, building a strong social network in retirement isn't just about preventing loneliness. It's about enriching your life, stimulating your mind, and having people to share new experiences with. It's about being part of a community, however you define it, and continuing to grow through shared experiences. Now that we've discussed the often unseen struggles of losing your professional identity and facing unexpected social isolation, let's prepare to delve into another significant area that retirement drastically impacts your financial landscape, which often holds more surprises than you might anticipate. As we transition into the next vital area, let's confront the third brutal truth about retirement: the unexpected financial stressors that can quickly derail even the most meticulous plans. We spend years, sometimes decades, saving and planning for retirement, often assuming a certain level of income will cover our needs. We factor in pensions, investments, and Social Security. But what many people fail to fully account for are the insidious, often unpredictable, costs that can emerge during your golden years. Healthcare costs, for instance, are a massive concern. While Medicare provides coverage, there are significant out-of-pocket expenses for prescriptions, deductibles, and services not fully covered. A sudden serious illness or a long-term care need can wipe out savings faster than anything else. Beyond health, inflation is a silent thief, eroding the purchasing power of your fixed income over time. What seems sufficient today might not be enough in 10 or 15 years. Then there are those unforeseen big-ticket items. Your beloved home, which was a source of comfort, can become a financial burden with unexpected repairs. A new roof, a failing furnace, plumbing issues. Or perhaps there's a desire to help adult children or grandchildren with significant expenses, like college tuition or a down payment on a house. While this generosity comes from a place of love, it can seriously impact your own financial longevity if not carefully managed. Think of the Smiths. They had saved diligently and felt confident in their nest egg. But a few years into retirement, their health took a turn. requiring costly medications and specialist visits. Shortly after, their roof needed replacing, and their air conditioning unit failed in the height of summer. These combined shocks significantly depleted their savings, forcing them to reevaluate their spending habits and consider options they hadn't anticipated. To truly prepare for this, it's not enough to just save. You need a dynamic financial plan. This includes building a robust emergency fund specifically for unforeseen medical or home expenses. It means regularly reviewing your insurance policies, health, home, and potentially long-term care to ensure you have adequate coverage as your needs evolve. Understanding the impact of inflation and having strategies to mitigate it, like diversifying investments or considering income streams that adjust with inflation, is also crucial for some. This might mean exploring part-time work or consulting in an area they enjoy, not out of necessity, but to provide a buffer and a sense of continued engagement. Others might look at downsizing their home or simplifying their lifestyle to reduce fixed costs. The key is to be adaptable and to have open, honest conversations with a trusted financial advisor who understands the unique challenges of retirement finances. They can help you stress test your plan against various scenarios, ensuring you have the resilience to weather financial storms. Moving on. Let's talk about a truth that might surprise many, especially those who've been in long-term relationships: the unexpected strain retirement can place on marriages and partnerships. For decades, many couples operate on a rhythm of separate daily lives. One or both partners might go to work, leaving the other to manage the home or pursue individual interests. You come together in the evenings, on weekends, sharing stories and decompressing. This natural separation often provides a healthy balance, allowing for individual pursuits and a fresh perspective when you reconnect. But when retirement arrives, suddenly, you're spending 24/7 together. The dynamic shifts dramatically. What was once a cherished weekend together can become an endless stretch of togetherness, exposing subtle differences in habits, expectations, and how each person envisions their retirement. One partner might dream of travel and adventure, while the other prefers quiet time at home. One might be a meticulous planner, the other spontaneous. Small quirks that were once endearing or tolerable because of limited exposure can become amplified when you're constantly in each other's presence. You might find yourself stepping on each other's toes, or simply running out of things to talk about, leading to a strange sense of unfamiliarity despite years of intimacy. Consider Dave and Carol. Dave, an extrovert, looked forward to retirement as a chance to socialize more and travel. Carol, an introvert, envisioned peaceful days reading and gardening. Their clashing expectations led to tension, with Dave feeling bored and Carol feeling overwhelmed by his constant need for activity. The solution here isn't to retreat from each other, but to actively cultivate both shared and individual spaces within the relationship. Open and honest communication is paramount. Talk about your individual desires for retirement, and then work together to find a harmonious balance. It's essential to establish boundaries and respect each other's need for personal time and space. Perhaps one partner enjoys a hobby in the garage while the other prefers quiet time in the study. Encouraging and supporting individual friendships and interests outside of the marriage can also be incredibly healthy. It provides each partner with their own outlet, fresh perspectives, and stories to share when they come back together. Planning activities together, like a shared hobby, a weekly date night, or trips you both enjoy, is also vital for nurturing the bond. If tensions persist, seeking guidance from a marriage counselor can provide invaluable tools for navigating these new dynamics. Remember, retirement is a period of adjustment for everyone, and it's an opportunity to rediscover and strengthen your relationship, not just endure it. It's about finding a new rhythm that works for both of you, celebrating your shared journey while also respecting the unique needs of each individual. Next, we're going to explore two more profound truths that often remain unaddressed until you're deep into retirement. Truths that touch upon the very nature of time and health. So often, We romanticize retirement as this endless vacation, a permanent state of blissful freedom. But let's delve into the fifth brutal truth, one that many discover only after the initial honeymoon phase wears off. The novelty of retirement can, surprisingly, wear off. You spend years dreaming of sleeping in, having no schedule, traveling whenever you want, and pursuing all those hobbies you never had time for. And for a while, it's glorious. You might tackle home projects, visit family, take that dream trip. But after the initial burst of activity, and once the novelty of no alarm clock fades, a surprising sense of aimlessness or even boredom can creep in. The days can start to feel long and unstructured. That beautiful freedom can begin to feel like a void if it isn't filled with meaningful activity. Think of countless stories you might have heard, or perhaps even experienced yourself. The initial excitement of endless golf rounds or gardening days eventually loses its luster. People might find themselves feeling restless, asking, "Is this all there is?" This isn't about ingratitude. It's a natural human need for purpose, challenge, and engagement. Our brains thrive on learning, and our spirits need stimulation. When the structure of work is gone, and the initial bucket list items are checked off, a feeling of emptiness can settle in. The key here is to understand that retirement isn't just about stopping work. It's about starting a new chapter of active living and continuous growth. It means intentionally seeking out new challenges and learning opportunities. This could be anything from taking university courses online, joining a local theater group, learning a musical instrument, mastering a new craft, or even becoming an expert in a new subject that fascinates you. The aim isn't necessarily to become proficient, but to engage your mind, to have something to look forward to, and to feel that sense of accomplishment that comes from tackling something new. It also means finding a healthy balance between spontaneity and structure. While it's wonderful to have freedom, a completely unstructured day can often lead to inertia. Perhaps it's a regular volunteer commitment, a weekly class, or even just setting aside dedicated time each day for a personal project. This gives your days a gentle rhythm and helps fend off boredom. It's about building a life that is rich, stimulating, and filled with purpose, one that continues to evolve and surprise you. The greatest joy in retirement often comes from discovering new passions and reinventing yourself, not just from the absence of work. Finally, we arrive at the sixth, and perhaps most sensitive, brutal truth: the inevitable reality of dealing with increasing health challenges. As we age, our bodies change. This isn't a surprise, but the extent to which health concerns can impact your retirement dreams often is. While some are fortunate to maintain robust health well into their later years, for many, retirement coincides with the onset or progression of chronic conditions. You might find yourself managing more medications, attending more doctor's appointments, dealing with reduced mobility, or facing unexpected health diagnoses. This can be profoundly disheartening, especially if your retirement vision included active travel, strenuous hobbies, or simply endless walks in the park. The emotional toll of these health realities can be significant. It can lead to frustration, sadness, and a feeling of limitations. It can also be a significant financial drain, as we discussed earlier, adding another layer of stress. Imagine Linda, who had planned an adventurous retirement filled with hiking and exploring national parks. A few years in, increasing arthritis and a heart condition meant she had to drastically scale back her physical activities. She felt immense grief for the dreams she had to let go of and struggled to find new ways to enjoy nature and stay active. This truth isn't meant to scare you, but to encourage proactive and compassionate self-care. It's about accepting the reality of aging while focusing on what you can do to maintain the best possible quality of life. Prioritize regular checkups and open communication with your healthcare providers. Embrace a healthy lifestyle to the best of your ability, focusing on balanced nutrition, gentle exercise tailored to your capabilities, adequate sleep, and managing stress. But perhaps most importantly, it's about cultivating mental and emotional resilience. This means adapting your dreams, not abandoning them entirely. If you can't hike mountains, can you explore local nature trails or gardens? If long-distance travel is challenging, can you discover hidden gems closer to home? It's about finding joy in what is possible, celebrating small victories, and focusing on mental well-being just as much as physical health. Lean on your support system. Explore adaptive technologies, and consider mind-body practices like meditation or gentle yoga to manage pain and stress. Understanding this truth allows you to approach your health with a realistic yet hopeful perspective, empowering you to live a fulfilling life even with limitations, finding new avenues for joy and connection. So, we've navigated through some of the most profound, often unspoken, challenges of retirement. The surprising void left by a lost professional identity. The unexpected silence of social isolation. The sneaky ways finances can surprise you. The new dynamics that can strain your most important relationships. The fading thrill of endless free time. And the very real shifts that happen with our health. It's a lot to take in, isn't it? But here's the powerful message I want you to carry with you. Recognizing these truths isn't about generating fear. It's about empowerment. It's about equipping you with the foresight to proactively shape a retirement that is genuinely fulfilling. Rather than simply letting it happen to you, remember, every challenge we've discussed today offers an incredible opportunity for growth, for rediscovery, and for creating an even richer, more meaningful life. Small, intentional changes can make an enormous difference in how you experience these years. It might be consciously seeking out a new community, picking up a forgotten hobby, budgeting with a sharper eye, having candid conversations with your loved ones, or simply finding new ways to embrace activity that suits your body today. Your retirement years are not an ending. They are a vibrant new beginning, a chance to define joy and purpose on your own terms. I genuinely hope this conversation has given you something valuable to reflect on and apply to your own journey. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you encountered any of these truths? What strategies have helped you navigate them? Your insights could be incredibly helpful to others in our community. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people who could benefit from these discussions. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical advice and encouraging insights on living your best life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Live your best life. Embrace every age. And remember that your greatest adventures might still be ahead.